All right, guys, what's going on? So I knew that there was going to be a kind of suspected that the opinion of Chavez Sr. right after the fight was going to change 24, 48 hours after the fight. I just suspected that, and that's normal, and that happens. It's fine. But after the fight, and of course, this is through Spanish interviews and stuff like that, ESPN Deportes and stuff like that. But Chavez Sr., I mean, was being very apologetic about his son. Very apologetic. Okay. Um, he was saying things like, "No, para la verdad, es porque pues no pudo," y blah, 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 blah. Like he was Chavez Sr. parroting a lot of the things his son said after the fight in interviews. Like he was parroting the whole line of, "Well, he just told me. I mean, my son told me he had no power. He told me he couldn't hit him anymore, and he really tried, but his body wouldn't respond, and he was just going on and on." Right, saying he even said 164 just isn't his weight. Like what? 164 is not anybody's weight. Okay, you guys made up that weight. Okay, that's number one. But anyway, um, his weight is 168, for his body type and the size and this and that. And well, we've always known he was too big for that weight. What do you mean? But anyway, he was just, I mean, making excuse after excuse. I mean, Chavez Sr. put his neck out like for his son. He's like, wow, here's my neck. And I mean, he just apologetic for Junior and saying he even said, "Oh, Canelo didn't do it. Canelo, it was Canelo. He did his thing. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He was just Canelo. Nothing special. Just Canelo." That's basically what he said, right? I mean, he even said, with all due respect, or with all respect, he doesn't have a wide variety of punches. Canelo does. He's just Canelo. Um, pretty much is what he said, and. And look, he didn't need a wide variety of punches against your son anyway. But anyway, um, which I agree with. I mean, that's Canelo. I mean, Canelo didn't do anything out of the ordinary, right? This is just Canelo. For people saying this is the best he's ever looked, I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's That's Canelo, man. Like he's not his hands didn't get faster. Okay, the opponent made him look that way. But anyway, see, Chavez Sr. was extremely disappointed. Okay, Sr. was going at it with Juan Manuel Marquez about the fight, and Marquez's criticisms of Chavez Jr. are, unfounded, and it's not true that there's problems in the camp. He said that Chavez Jr. is in the best shape of his life. You just wait and see, and the weight is not a problem whatsoever. I mean, they were pumping it up. After the fight, it was a weight. It was a weight. Everybody that said half a pound makes every difference in the world was right. Yada yada yada. Right. Today, I saw other new footage. Chavez Sr. I don't know if it was he finally went to sleep. He got to rest a little bit. Maybe he rewatched the fight. I don't know what it is, but his head is clear now, and he went back on that show, Golpe show on ESPN Deportes, and he went back on. I believe it was that show anyway, from what I saw. But anyway, he was on that show, and the commentator kind of tried to relive for Chavez Jr. losing, and he said, "Well, do you believe that the weight had something to do with it?" And he said, Chavez Jr. Sr. said, "No, no, no. It's we can't say it's the weight. We can't say it's anything other than him, other than Junior. Right? Now, this is not quoting verbatim. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But he basically said, my son is a big fucking mess. He's a mess. And then he started talking about his sons with a S at the end. Sons. Saying that they're a mess. That they don't listen. That they don't understand that this is a sport of discipline. That they don't understand that, it takes discipline and dedication to the sport if you're going to win, if you're going to perform at a high level. Obviously, he sounds disappointed. And from what I saw, he kind of finished it with, they're grown-ups now. I can't, basically, I'm going to have I don't know what he said, a stroke or heart attack if I keep worrying about these kids because they're grown-ass men now. So I've done everything I could. I've done my part. So it's on them now. That's basically what he said. Right? But he's definitely disappointed. And one thing he pushed was he had to throw more punches. He does not understand why Junior did not throw more punches, regardless of whether he didn't feel power in his punches, whatever it is, he still had to throw more. And he's extremely disappointed. He said he left the public disappointed. He left everybody who watched the fight disappointed. And while he didn't say it, it's pretty obvious he left his father disappointed. And if you speak Spanish, you could search the videos, and they're called Mi hijo es un desmadre, right? And just put Chavez Sr., you'll find a video. That is some interesting stuff and a total 180 to what he was saying right after the fight, right? Chavez Sr. is starting to say the same thing everybody else is saying. He's not buying his son's excuses, all right? That's obvious. He's making it very clear that regardless of anything, the effort was not there. And he even went to greater lengths to talk about both his sons not understanding discipline, not understanding that it takes hard work and dedication in the sport, and that I guess he's frustrated. He's frustrated that they don't understand. He's frustrated that Junior doesn't understand. And he's extremely, extremely disappointed. And that is easy to see, right? So there you go. I mean, that's basically where Chavez Sr. stands right now with this entire situation. Didn't really talk much about Canelo here. I mean, it had little to do with Canelo and what Canelo did or didn't do. It had nothing to do with that. To do with his son and his lack of effort in this fight. Now that tells me one of two things. Okay, look, maybe there was high emotions the night after, and now he's thinking more clearly, and that could explain the 180. Right? That's totally possible, and I even suspected that. So of course it's possible. But it's also possible that Chavez Sr. is suspecting the same thing a lot of other people are suspecting, right? And that's that Chavez Jr. did not come to win this fight. Chavez Jr. came for a payday. And money could do a lot for you, but it won't buy you respect. And I think Chavez Sr.'s seeing that he is separating himself from that is very, very telling. Okay, he's separating himself from these excuses. He is separating himself from the whole, well, I just couldn't argument. And he's saying there is no excuse. He should have thrown more punches. There could be something there, okay? I'll let you fill in the blanks. I really will, okay? But with that said, This is DStyle. That's my take. I'm out.